Have you ever wondered what it was like to live in the Middle Ages? Far from the castles and knights that often fill our imagination, the daily life of an ordinary person was challenging and filled with routine. From bustling villages to quiet countryside, every day was a struggle for survival. Join us as we step back in time to explore the life of a commoner in medieval Europe. Most people in the Middle Ages were peasants, living in small villages under the rule of a lord. Their days started at sunrise, often with the sound of a church bell. Work was relentless and centered around agriculture. Fields of wheat, barley, and oats needed tending, and livestock required care. Men plowed the fields using oxen, while women gathered vegetables and milked cows. But not everyone worked the land. Blacksmiths, carpenters, and bakers were essential to the community. Some villagers also made their living as merchants, traveling to nearby markets to trade goods. Life was demanding, and even children contributed by helping in the fields or herding animals. Peasant homes were humble, often built from wattle and daub with thatched roofs. These small one-room houses were shared with animals for warmth. The floor was made of packed dirt, and the only source of light came from a small fire. Beds were simple straw mats, and blankets were made of rough wool. Wealthier townspeople and artisans lived in wooden or stone houses with multiple rooms. However, even these homes lacked proper sanitation. Without running water, people relied on nearby rivers or wells, and waste disposal was rudimentary. The medieval diet was simple and heavily reliant on what could be grown locally. Bread was a staple, made from coarse flour. Peasants often ate porridge, soups, and vegetables, while meat was a rare luxury. On special occasions, salted pork or fish might appear on the table. For drink, people preferred ale or weak beer over water, which was often unsafe. Nobles had access to wine, while the common folk might enjoy homemade cider or mead. Clothing was practical and determined by a person's social status. Peasants wore tunics made of rough linen or wool, often dyed in muted colors. Women wore long dresses with aprons, while men wore simple trousers and shirts. Footwear was made from leather, often passed down through generations. On the other hand, the nobility displayed their wealth through elaborate garments of silk, velvet, and fur. Brightly colored fabrics, intricate embroidery, and fine jewelry were reserved for the upper class. Medical knowledge was limited, and most treatments were based on herbal remedies and superstition. People turned to local healers, monks, or wise women for care. Bloodletting and leeches were commonly used, based on the belief that illnesses were caused by an imbalance of bodily humors. Diseases were rampant, and poor sanitation led to frequent outbreaks of illness. The Black Death, which swept through Europe in the 14th century, wiped out nearly one-third of the population. Religion played a central role in medieval life. The Catholic Church was not only a spiritual institution, but also a powerful political force. People attended Mass regularly, and religious festivals punctuated the calendar. Fear of eternal damnation was prevalent, and indulgences were often purchased in hopes of securing a place in heaven. Despite the hardships, medieval people knew how to celebrate. Village fairs, religious festivals, and feast days brought communities together. Music, dancing, and games like archery or wrestling were popular forms of entertainment. Traveling minstrels performed ballads and tales of chivalry, while jugglers and acrobats amused the crowds. On rare occasions, tournaments were held, where knights competed in jousting matches to showcase their bravery. The life of an ordinary person in the Middle Ages was a delicate balance of toil and celebration, faith and fear. While it may seem harsh by modern standards, it was also filled with moments of joy and resilience. What part of medieval life surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more journeys into the past. Thanks for watching.